everybody and welcome back to my channel. I have another makeup look for you, but today it is going to be a New Year's Eve slash welcoming in the new year makeup look. This is very different for me. I tend not to ever wear gold eyeshadow or purple lipstick, so this is very different for me, but I am super happy with how this turned out. I have done my little weird hook thing with the eyeliner, and I just actually really like how it works on my eye shape. I have very hooded eyes. This is not a hard makeup look to do. I am by no means good at makeup and I can pull this off. So this is just a really nice eye look that you could do for New Year's if you have something planned. I don't, I'm a hermit, but if I did, this is how I would do my makeup, this is how I would look. So if you would like to see how I got this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so first thing, I'm going to start off with the eyes. Because I am doing a bit of a heavier glittery-ish kind of look, that's why I want to start off with the eyes, so if there's any fallout, it won't affect any of the base. First thing is I'm just going to take some of the Rimmel Wake Me Up concealer and just sort of dot that on my eyelids to cancel out any redness and to give me a little bit of a base to start off with. Because that is a creamy product, I like to set it down with powder. I'm using my very well used and loved BYS high definition powder. It's just a very finely milled powder that you can dust over things and it doesn't make it clumpy or yucky. So I'm just going to do a really fine dusting of that just to sort of settle down and set that powder. Now I'm not going to add a transition colour to the crease for this look, simply because there is a lot going on. There's going to be a lot of glitter, and the eyeliner, which I'm going to bring into the crease, will just sort of cover that up anyway, so there's just not a lot of point. Instead, I'm just going to go straight in with the Maybelline Colour Tattoo pot in the shade Bold Gold. And I'm just going to lay this down where I'm going to put the colour. So first I'm going to do it with my finger, and then I'm going to go in with a brush to do a little bit more precise work on the outer edges. Okay, so now that base is down, I'm just going to take a gold shadow and press it on over the top. And I'm going to go back to my beloved Chi Chi Beauty on the Go palette. I love this during 2017. It was one of my staples. And I'm just going to take the lid, the crease, well they're calling it a crease shade there. But I'm just going to take that over the top anywhere where I put that cream down to set the cream, and just to add a little bit of shine. Very golden, but it's okay because it is New Year's. So you can see why I didn't want to do the base yet, because otherwise the base would be completely ruined. So I'm quite happy with how my lids are working. So now I'm going to go straight in with the eyeliner. The one I have chosen for this look is the Essence Little Liquid Ink Eyeliner. One, because it is waterproof, so as you're dancing and sweating with people, it shouldn't come off. And two, it is just a really opaque black and very easy eyeliner to work with, especially for a look like this. So as you can see, it just has a really fine tip, so when you're doing something like this, it just makes it a lot easier to get in there and do it. Now I'm not going to clean up the edges of the eyeshadow. Obviously the wing is going to be the cut line. I could have put down some tape before doing this look, but I just don't. I'm just lazy. I just prefer to wing it. So I'm just going to basically do my cat flick the way I normally would and make it probably a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to go in just with a little bit of a makeup wipe and clean up any shadow that might be over the edge of the eyeliner. And whatever you do, do not breathe during that whole time. So you could obviously leave the look here where it's just the gold eyeshadow and the black liner, chuck on your lashes and keep going. But I'm going to take it a step further and do the hook. So basically what I'm going to do is take the point of the wing and drag it up to about halfway. So my eyeliner is almost coming back. So my tip for this is to make sure you don't have too much product on your, like the tip, as much as possible. You can always add more product. It's harder if you go in with a lot of product on your wand and then you skip or you do something and then you end up with a black dot somewhere where you don't want it. So I always make sure that the actual tip of my applicator is like quite bare before going in to do this bit, because you can go over it a few times to pick up any of the color. And it really is a crapshoot whether this works or not, so. Like that. So it's not perfect, but now I can go back in and fix it up. So you should be left with something that looks like that. Now obviously it's not going to be perfect because I'm not perfect, but there is something about this kind of eyeliner. It's obviously very, very dramatic, but there is something about it that, especially for my eye shape, so with hooded eyes, that I actually quite like. Now, one lid of mine is more hooded than the other, so when I actually look down, one looks a little bit higher than the other, although they're actually pretty much in identical places on my actual eye, but that's okay. So, having done that now, I'm just going to do a quick coat of mascara and put on some lashes. Okay, so the lashes are on, and these are the Ilua Luxe lashes that are the faux mink ones. That's what the box looks like. They are very, very pretty and very easy to put on. Technically, I probably should have trimmed these a little bit, but I didn't because I'm not actually going to be wearing these for an extended period of time, so it's okay. But as you can see, the look, like the lashes just really do pull this look together, and I actually really like it. Even though I haven't got the rest of my face on, I actually already really am happy with this. The lashes are a little bit thick, however, just because when I'm looking straight at the camera, you do sort of lose a little bit of the gold on my lids and a bit of the black liner, but as soon as my eyes are moving around, you can sort of catch the look, which is fine by me. Sometimes I don't really like to wear makeup that is like full on in your face, and because I do have hooded eyelids, they tend to get hidden anyway, so it's not a big deal to me. So before I move on to the base, I'm just going to put on a quick coat of mascara. This is the Urban Decay Troublemaker Mascara. I love the packaging of this. It's obviously the Trouble, like the trial size. I love the packaging, but if you follow me on Instagram, or I think I even posted it also on my Facebook, this is ridiculous. Look at that. And look at that. The actual compartment that holds the wand is bigger than the part with the product. Now that doesn't necessarily annoy me, but just how short that is, it's really hard to actually get it to your lashes without poking yourself in the eye. Like, I don't understand why the lid needs to be that long. Like, that is enough for me to hold it. You could cut that and give yourself that much more of a wand length. Like, it annoys me. Anyway, rant over. So I'm just gonna quickly put a coat of this on. So moving on to the base, because this is a New Year's Eve look and you don't want it to go anywhere throughout the night, I am going to prime, obviously, and I'm going to use the NYX Shine Killer Primer just to keep everything in place all night long. Now, a trick that I've been doing in a lot of my videos lately when I have been doing my makeup on camera, and so I'm sorry if you have seen this a lot, but if you are new, I will quickly explain it anyway. Once I put on my primer, I really like to do a layer of really thin powder. So the same powder that I used before to set down the concealer over my eyelid, the BYS Micro Finish powder, because it is such a fine powder, you can put it over the top of your other makeup and it won't make it go cakey and it won't cause it to sort of clump up and go yucky. So I like to put a really thin layer of this down over the top of my primer because I find it helps the primer to do its job better. It helps the foundation to go on smoother, and most importantly in this sort of weather, it actually helps it to last longer. I find my foundation lasts a lot longer when I do this step. It doesn't break down as easily, so like my sweat doesn't break it down. Any oils in my skin don't come through as quickly. I just really prefer doing this step, especially if I am going to be wearing the makeup for a long time and I do want it to stay. Now moving on to foundation, obviously you want to wear something that you can trust is going to stay there all day, doesn't matter what you're doing. And for me, that is the Makeup Forever HD stick foundation. I have not tried it in the liquid, I've only tried it in the stick. But I really do like the coverage that it gives. It does last really, really well on my skin, and there's not much else to say. Then I'm just going to run a little bit of the Wake Me Up concealer underneath my eyes. Now before I set the face down, I am going to actually do a little bit of cream contouring, and I really, really like the Smashbox Step by Step contour stick. I have used this a few times in my videos. I don't really know why I prefer it over other cream contours, but I just do. It just is really easy to blend out. It does its job. It stays all day, and I just really like it. To blend that one in for start, just for the cheeks, I'm just going to use the Zoeva Luxe face brush, the flat one. Then I'm just going to run a tiny bit of this along the jawline just to give me a little bit of definition there. And a little bit on the forehead. And then what I always do, no matter if I've stuffed it up or not, is just take my makeup sponge again without adding any further product, and I just sort of dab it over the top. It just helps to blend it in that little bit more, and if you have gone a little bit overboard with it, it just sort of tones it down a little bit. So now that I have done all of the cream liquidy products, I am going to set my face down with a powder. And my trusty face powder that always goes with me is the Max Fix Studio Fix powder. Mine is in the shade NW20. I think my camera just cut out. All I did was take the shade Shaded out of the BYS Berries palette, and I've just run that underneath my eyes for a little bit of definition. It is just a dark chocolate brown. And now I'm just going to pop on some mascara. The next thing that I'm going to do is just put on a tiny bit of blush. I did mention it in one of my other videos, is that I tend not to wear a lot of blush because I have naturally very, very rosy cheeks, and when it gets hot, it just compounds my issue. So I tend not to wear it, but I will put on just a little bit of this for this look. And I'm just using the First Kiss blush out of the Tanya Burr Pretty Unstoppable palette. Okay, one of the absolute must-have steps for a New Year's Eve look is obviously highlighter. I'm going to be using the OXX Cosmetics Highlighter Trio. I really, really love these. I just think they're so pretty. And I'm just going to run that, you know, where you put eyeliner basically, where you put highlighter basically. And oh, there it is. There it is. I also am aware that I have not done my eyebrows yet. I will do those in a second. But first, let's just enjoy this highlighter. I really hope that that is going to pick up for you. Now, the reason I haven't really done my eyebrows up until now is mainly because my eyebrows have only recently been dyed. I dye my own eyebrows at home with men's moustache dye. If you haven't seen it, I actually did a video of it and I will attempt to link it down below or link it somewhere for you. But I actually really like it because it lasts a long time and it looks really nice and natural. But even though I have only recently done it, I will still put something into my eyebrows. And I'm just going to take the Essence eyebrow gel and I will just sweep that through. Not so much, you know, because I don't really have patchiness except for the front to fill in where there is actually no eyebrow hair, but just to give it a little bit more definition. Now for lips, I am going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to wear a colour that is not red or pink or nude or brown or blue. I'm actually going to go for a purple shade. So this is either going to pull everything together and make this look really nice, or it is completely going to stuff it up. I haven't quite decided which thing it's going to do yet. But I'm going to take the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade, what shade are you? Miami. And we'll just hope that this works. I think I might get a darker lipstick to sort of do an ombre on the outer edge, but either way you can see this is what it looks like just with the shade Miami. I don't hate it, but I do just want to darken up the corners just a little bit and make it a tiny bit darker. Okay, so I have the shade Brussels here, which is a much deeper purple. I'm hoping you'll be able to see that. It's a much deeper purple, and I'm just going to take that on the outer edges and just sort of blot it to see if I can get it a little bit darker. Then of course the last step is to set it all down so it can stay all night long. I'm just going to use one of my favorites, is the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. And there you have it. So that is it for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy my take on a New Year's Eve, New Year's makeup look. It is very different for me. I do not wear purple lipstick and I tend not to wear a lot of gold eyeshadow, or at least not to this extreme. So that is it for this video. I hope you do enjoy it. If you did, remember to give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.